Hello lovelies, welcome back. Long time no here. Alrighty, I'm ready now. We're going to smash out some recipes, I'm telling you. So the first one I'm doing is salted caramel cheesecake slice. Now you can have your own homemade caramel, which is what I'm using, and I'll put a video for that at the end if you're interested in it. Otherwise you can just buy store-bought caramel. So I think over here it's Nestle's caramel topped caramel in a tin. And I think you can buy jar ones as well. So just look around or ask at your supermarket for it. Now, if you're going to do the homemade like I've got here, I'm using the salted caramel one, but the homemade ones we do plain caramel, salted caramel, and peanut brittle flavoured caramel. Oh, and all three are amazing. So you can just have a caramel cheesecake, salted caramel, or peanut brittle. You can go there. It's so awesome. So if you're going to buy one, it's roughly 200 grams, all right? And these make up two, and we're going to use one of them, which is roughly 200 grams. So what we need is 250 grams of cream cheese. Just chop it up like that so it warms up a bit quicker, and then set it aside, and you've got to make sure that that's at room temperature first, all right? I'm also getting out my homemade one, and I'm going to leave that out because it's pretty warmy today. And get that at room temperature as well, so it's easy to use. Now if you're getting the one out of the tin, sometimes you might have to warm it up a little bit, or sometimes you can put it in a bowl and stir the crap out of it, and it will thin it out that way as well. But we definitely need it not straight from the fridge. We need some thickened cream, we need some gelatin powder, we need 100 grams of butter, and we need, now the original recipe, it comes with 250 grams of granita biscuits, alright? But if you don't want to get, if you can't get granita or you don't want granita, you can use any plain or sweet biscuit. It doesn't matter. Just do not ever use shortbread or Scotch fingers, things like that that are shortbread ones. They will not work. But any other sort of sweet biscuit, your yo-yos, your milk arrowroot, like any of that sort, your Nice biscuits. I love using these butternut snap cookies with the caramel. I reckon they just go amazing together. Yeah, so just 250 grams of whatever bickies you can get your hands on. We also need some caster sugar, and that is it. That is all we need, my friends. How awesome is that? So, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to get 100 grams of butter, and you're going to chop it up in a small saucepan. We're going to put that on the lowest possible heat, and we're going to melt it down. Now, while we're melting it down, we're going to do our bickies. So there's three ways you can do the bickies. You can either do them break them up into a processor, turn it on and process them all up to really small crumbs. You can get a freezer bag and a rolling pin, or you can use a freezer bag. So what you do when you're using them in a freezer bag, alright, is that you always leave the end open, that way it won't pop. And whenever you start rolling or hitting them, you do it at the bottom and work your way up. So I love using a hammer. Okay, so they're crumbed beautifully. Put them aside for a second while the butter's still melting. Get a little bit of butter and put it in a square tin, and then just put your baking paper in. Go to the corners and just fold. Squeeze that butter so it stays on there. Just fold and they work out perfect. Like a so, and she's ready to go. Okay, as soon as the butter is melted, we pour it in. Then we just want to mix it up with the spoon until everything is wet. Now it's all wet, we dump it in our tray. Then you want to flick it around and even it out a bit. Then with the back of the spoon, you want to just press down until we pressed it all in firm. Once you push it down firm, you can kind of run your spoon, the back of the spoon over it and even it out a bit. And then you can run your spoon along the edges and flatten them down perfect as well, like so. And as soon as you've got it how you want it, so it's really easy to move it around a little bit, really easy to make it nice and neat on the edges. As soon as you've got it like this, we whack it in the fridge while we do the filling. Alright, now we want 150 ml of cream, thickened cream, and we want to beat it with an electric beater until soft peaks form. Okay, once we've got our soft peaks, just clean it out. I'm going to whack it in the fridge for a minute because today it is 40 degrees here. Right at this minute we've got dry electrical thunder and lightning storms, and we've got full-on winds, so yeah, anything's possible today. So yeah, I'm just going to chuck it in the fridge. Normally I'll just leave it on the bench for a minute. And now we need 1/4 cup of boiling water out the kettle. I'm just going to put it into a bigger one so it's easier to stir. We want to get 3 teaspoons of gelatin powder and mix it in and keep mixing it in until it's all dissolved together. Now that our cream cheese is at room temperature, we want to put half a cup of caster sugar in there. We want to get our electric beater again, and we want to beat it low to start with, then on medium, just until it's nice and smooth and creamy. It literally took a minute. Then we want to get our gelatin. I just use one of these little strainers because I don't care what anyone says. You can never get all of it to melt through. And pour it in. And then we want to beat it through on low just until it's all beautiful and mixed in together again. Get our homemade or store-bought caramel, and we want to put half of it in there. So remember, if you got the jar one, mix it up. The tin one. Alright, chuck half in, just over half even, and beat it up for a minute. Now we just want to swish down the bowl. Oh mate, you know you're on a winner, don't you? Alright, we want to put all our cream in, and then we just want to fold it through. So just really gently stir it. Now we want to get out our base and pour it on the top of it. Then we want to just smooth it out, get it into the corners. Now, this one has to stay in the fridge overnight. Yeah, I know. So if you want to do it for, say, dessert that night, you can make it first thing in the morning, all right? And it'll be good by that night. Otherwise, if you're doing it for Christmas or, you know, someone's birthday or whatever, do it the night before and leave it in there and you'll be good to go the next day. Oh, yeah. All right, so can you get it level as you can? It's not, like, massively big deal. Like I saw. Homemade. Drop it. That just gets it all in there and flat. Alright, now we want to get the rest of our caramel. Oh my god, I can't even speak. And just drop spoonfuls on it. Big dobs all over it. Oh mate, don't waste any of that gorgeous caramel. Now with a knife, we're just going to sort of swirl it through. Make sure you go to the edges. So you've got some caramel in the edges. There is no real way and wrong way to do this. It's just do it your way. Just swirl it any or how you want. Put the knife in there a little bit so it really... Oh yeah, baby, look. Oh, so I would whack it in the fridge like that. Give it about half hour or so, and then just loosely put some Glad wrap over the top so it doesn't stick to it until it all sets. Oh, mate, best cheesecake ever. Alright, so you can wrap the bars singly in some Glad wrap, and then you can freeze them. So when you want to thaw them out, just unwrap them, put them on a plate, put some Glad wrap over the top and whack them in the fridge to thaw out, and they're best eaten the same day. Oh, they're so good. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock at night now. The cool change has just come in and it's awesome. I can now cook. Yeah, baby. So this is weird for me, right? My baby just finished year 12. This will be the first time in 25 years that I don't have to take one of my kids to school. It's so weird. So to celebrate, I'm going to cook my ass off, which is great timing since I just found out we got a COVID outbreak here in SA. Lucky I've seen it coming, so we're geared up to keep on cooking, mate. Have a great night, and I'll catch us really soon. Bye. Oh, take care.